You're watching and listening to the longest-running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast. This is the Wrestling Podcast. Stan C, Romoran, Chino Liao, and Emil Nate serving you another live stream full of takes, predictions, analysis in the wild world of professional wrestling kahit na nasnub kami sa Golden Globes in the podcast category. Sino ba naman kami kung ikukumpara kay Amy Poehler, di ba? But you know, we're gonna find our way there one day. Maybe when we're dead, but one day, if you like and subscribe and hit that follow button on Spotify and on YouTube, wherever you catch the podcast. Actually, mas important ngayon yung YouTube. As we upload the videos over there, both as shorts and in the full like 1 hour episodes that we're able to record thanks to babyface producer Jasper. So please. Hit that subscribe button. It'll really mean a lot to us here on the podcast. We're just a few hours removed from a very fun interview with the Brian Kendrick, one of our headliners for DexCon Fast Break happening a month from now, February 15 at Brawl Pit Bulusan against Jake De Leon, our friend, for the DexCon World Championship. And we just want to say thanks to our friends at DexCon, Rosh Gonzalez, Martin Vicencio, and the entire gang for helping us make that interview possible, and our patrons who were actually there on the call. In fact, Emil, why don't you let them know this new patron perk that we just unlocked for our patrons?
So may panibagong perk ang pag-subscribe sa Patreon ng Gang. The links are patreon.com/wrestling podcasting, gangnow.com/wrestling2xpod for those $5. Like Stan said, now you can sit in and listen in when we do interviews, especially to our foreign guests, which Ro stated earlier in the pre-show. We might get more, as we go on here with more shows throughout the year. And also, we got the Discord community and all that, first tips for everything. And again, it's a great help. It's a great way to support the podcast and what we have been doing here for the last 11 years or 12 years coming into this year. So again, patreon.com/wrestling podcast and gagnow.com/wrestling2xpod for as low as $5.
Sabi ni babyface producer Jasper kanina, he'll be able to finish editing the episode by tonight, so it should be up anytime you want, Ro, actually. So
I know.
In the next few days.
Probably Monday.
Shout out sa 20-year-old metabolism ni babyface producer Jasper.
Well, to be fair,
edit yan ng alas 4 ng umaga, guys. Kaya supportahan nyo siya.
Ganito yan. We are so good at this that all Jasper has to do is slap on the usual stuff at the beginning and the end.
Usually, yes. Yeah, that's right.
Sure. So yeah, expect that by Monday, yung interview namin with the Brian Kendrick. We've also got the Royal Rumble viewing party. Pre-selling has begun for the early bird tickets. Ro, let them know all the details.
Guys, meron ng bumili. Itong si Emil Nate, di naniniwala na may gustong manood at 3 a.m. I put out the survey. Y'all's 40 plus people said yes, and now people are coming through. And now, whether you come or not at the actual night is of no consequence to me because you've already paid us. Joke lang. Pero,
actually, totoo yan. Wala na.
That's true. That's true.
Pag hindi sila nagpakita, kasalanan nyo yan. Nagbayad na kayo, no refund. The only way we refund is if Skinny Mike's closes for some reason.
No, we're kidding. We actually do refunds if you ask nicely, if you ask really nicely. But yes, Royal Rumble from Riyadh is happening February 1, Sunday morning, early Sunday morning. That's 3 o'clock in the morning. Tulog pa si Julian because even the AI has to rest. But we will be up and at it watching the show. If you want to come by, tickets are still very much available. tinyurl.com/Royal Rumble 2026. ROYALRUMBLE 2026. All the instructions are there. 500 pesos for early birds, 600 pesos for walk-ins. Medyo tinaas namin yung price because we are putting our bodies on the line for this show.
Quite literally.
On the line for this show.
So, luluwas ako ng Maynila just for this.
What is that? What does that even mean? You go here every time there's a big show.
Yeah, I'm just talking shit.
What does that even mean anymore?
Okay, dumadami na yung bumibili. Natutuwa na ako kasi nung isang araw, 2 pa lang yung bumibili. Hindi ko pa sineset yung alarm ko. But now...
Yeah. It's serious business now. So free iced tea, walk-in prices, but I think we've proven them and a lot of you are willing to pay walk-in prices. We will be there. Not sure yet kung may prizes. We'll wait for any potential sponsors. If you want to sponsor a prize in exchange for a ticket, just hit us up.
Yeah. The real prize is the friends we've made along the way.
Yes, yes.
And and the first ever Royal Rumble in Saudi. Well, not the first ever Royal Rumble, but the first ever mainline Royal Rumble in Saudi.
Yep. Yep.
So we'll see you there, February 1, 3 a.m. All right, at Skinny Mike's BGC, tinyurl.com/Royal Rumble 2026 for your tickets. Finally, Chino, you love your TNA. I know we've got listeners and viewers who love their TNA. TNA Genesis, along with TNA Impact, will be available on Blast TV.
For free.
For free, 100% free, apparently. Hindi lang siya restricted to certain subscribers. All you gotta do is sign up, man. That's all I did. And now I have Blast TV on my devices. I've been binging all their content when I do my treadmill. So, napakasaya na may extra way of content consumption tayo with Blast TV.
Mm-hmm.
Blast TV app is also available on the Converge Netflix box, yo. The Converge box, the Converge Experience box. Nate, tell them.
Yeah,
tell them all about it.
Tell them in the Mr. Ovation voice.
Can't do that.
TNA, Total Nonstop Action, Genesis.
I'm gonna look forward to seeing the ads again come this weekend.
Finally, makaka-relate na ako dun sa Mr. Ovation voice.
I mean, it's the same voice. For how long has it been now?
I know, but I haven't had the Blast TV though.
All right, so if you want to have your weekly dose of WWE and TNA programming and you want to experience it at its best, yung pinaka-malinaw na quality, pinaka-mabilis na internet, the best way to do that is to upgrade or subscribe to the Converge Netflix bundle. There are 3 tiers to that bundle: the $17.98, the $99.98, and the $22.98, which I am subscribing as of the moment. Again, you get the best of everything. You get high speed internet, you get the experience box, you get your free Netflix account, you get your you get access to Blast TV. So ando na lahat na andon. So you can subscribe or upgrade by emailing their customer service or you could go to your local Converge office area kung meron. So ayan, so let's enjoy this weekend with all the TNA stuff and always the weekly WWE stuff as well on Netflix. So
all right, thank you very much, Emil Nate. Let's start the actual wrestling talk by talking about AEW Dynamite. And eto, mga TNA alums, we've got the Rascals joining AEW, and along with that free agency move, in-announce din ng AEW that they've signed Persephone, Hechicero, and Mascara Dorada to dual contracts with CMLL, so they got the All Elite graphics. So, big free agency news to kick off 2026.
Yeah, a lot of moves, a lot of wheeling and dealing happening here. Pagdating sa Rascals, this kind of came out of nowhere. Although there were already talks.
Well, not really.
No, because late last year when Wesley got released and he rejoined the Rascals, he wasn't really signed to TNA. He was just doing per appearances deal. The per appearances deal. So now all of them at the same time conveniently lahat sila free agents. So actually, I'm amazed na all of them got signed together because when you usually pag may mga factions may isa humihiwalay, 'di ba? May isang nagiging free agent so nahihiwalay sa grupo, but here I think it's the first time that I've seen a group get signed together in a major wrestling promotion. Even the Undisputed Era never got signed together in AEW. So this is big news. I mean, it was kanina na-reveal kanina, 'di ba? And when I was watching Dynamite, they also aired some sort of a teaser with their TNA theme song as well. So, I'm looking forward to seeing the Rascals in AEW. They're gonna do great stuff. I think they're gonna add depth to the Ring of Honor show, 'di ba? Kasi medyo stacked yung AEW tag team division at the moment, but I can see TK pulling them in Ring of Honor to boost that program. When it comes to the CMLL talents, no surprises there as well. I mean, Dorada has been appearing in AEW for a while now, and also Hechicera has been a regular. So no surprises there for me.
Kala ko talaga si Hechicero's been signed all this time
Yeah, as
because
I actually
he
thought
was
too. Yeah.
he's already part of the Don Callis family. So this whole time I thought, oh, okay, ganun pala siya na-sign. So he's been doing the double dipping as they say. So good for them, man. They get the actual contracts. Their contracts are special in that they can still work CMLL shows as AEW talents this time around. So
No, they
that's
are
a
still CML
Yeah,
talents.
yeah, pareho pa rin, diba?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I
yeah.
was trying to say. So
Mm.
that's interesting na they are still able to do basically double duty on either side of the fence here. So magandang opportunity to for up and coming and for established Mexican luchadors. Is Wesley the first wrestler to go from WWE to TNA to AEW?
Can't,
Parang,
probably not. I'm sure
I'm trying to
there's.
think of someone.
kasi wala din ako maisip eh.
I mean,
Cody, bro? No, hindi din, diba?
Technically, Cody.
yeah, technically Cody.
Yeah.
Technically Cody, okay.
Yeah.
Because
So hindi,
technically he formed AEW after leaving TNA.
Oh,
well,
yes.
also that, right? So parang medyo, it's an interesting stat to consider. But yeah, happy for the Rascals. I'm glad they got to stay together when they both got signed. When they all got signed. So good for them.
Yeah, when Desmond Xavier was rumored that wala siyang official contract with TNA, alam ko na they were gonna ride out the contracts up until 2025 and they were gonna head to AEW. So AEW would be the best place to utilize him. Kasi TNA loyalty aside, I don't think you want to get stuck in TNA pa rin eh. It's still not, uh, if you're chasing a different style, it's still not the place to be. Diba? If you just want a path back to WWE, it's the best place to be. But I don't think that's what they were going for after they were treated, not so well in NXT. Sila ang dalawa ni ano. God, what is his name?
Zachary Wentz.
Zachary Wentz. Jesus Christ.
Si Nash
Yeah.
Carter.
So there. It's Nash Carter. Yeah. So big get. Emil has a good point about the entire faction moving up. I do think TK sees the value in bringing in the whole group. I do not know lang if why would I stash them in ROH? I know that I need to get people to watch ROH, but still, people would flog Tony Khan in the streets if he stashed the Rascals in ROH. For the CMLL guys, yung kay Dorada and kay Hechicero were just formalities because they are heavily featured in AEW programming. The Persephone get is really interesting because that's one to watch out for. I would liken it to their equivalent of the Stephanie Vaquer acquisition by WWE. So, different kind of baddie, yes, but also really big for the Latin American market kasi Persephone is Mexican American. She speaks great English, which is also something some people would hire higher than Stephanie for. She can work. She's pretty big as well. So if TK has a potential Latina star on his hands with Persephone.
I just find it really interesting na parang naging free agency period bigla ng wrestling itong start of the year. Like dati, di ba, pang New Japan lang. But now it's like more companies, WWE included, have contracts that seem to run out at the end of the calendar year. So ngayon, usap-usapan yung free agency.
I think nagkataon lang talaga. TNA has a lot of short-term contracts. So that's why you see a lot of people moving back and forth from it. It just so happens that everyone coincided with this particular period, diba? And then WWE decided to do their NXT call-ups and their Evolve call-ups to NXT, right? So it's I guess a weird and happy coincidence that it became free agency for everyone.
Yeah.
Yung kay WWE kasi hindi naman totoong free agency. They just decided to shake things up ahead of WrestleMania.
Yeah, no. I meant even some actual contracts like are rumored to be like expiring this time of the year, like in some of the reports. But yun lang. Napansin ko lang from all of this free agency talk. Anyway,
there is another free agent, by the way, that
we have to talk about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because he's a champion.
leading into that side of the conversation, Powerhouse Hobbs is reportedly on his way out of AEW. So nireport ng Fightful Select that he actually finished up with AEW during the Collision tapings kanina. So there's a Trios Championship match that will air on Collision between the Ops and the team of Hangman Adam Page and Jet Speed. So if Powerhouse Hobbs is on his way out, then it could stand to reason na Hangman and Jet Speed will win the Trios Championship. But more importantly, yung binalita ng Fightful Select is that Powerhouse Hobbs is reportedly going to WWE. So, obviously, wala akong alam dyan, but what do you guys think about this one, this development?
Well, I already saw the spoilers, and I think that's the direction he's heading. He's heading towards WWE. I am wondering though if he's diretso na siya sa main roster or he's gonna go through.
No,
NXT.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go to NXT, diba? Kasi that's the way. Ricky Saints and Blake Monroe, diba? So, yeah, it seems like they got to replace it for Obafemi.
Yeah, no, they could use him more on NXT. I will make that argument because they called up 3 of their top stars to the main roster. So there's a dearth there for NXT. Naghanap ngayon sila ng malalagay dun sa slot na yun. Ricky Saints rather is so far the only one that sticks out for that position. So, putting Powerhouse Hobbs or whatever he goes by now in that spot in NXT might be a good fit for them. And if anything, they just found a new yeeter. I know Keanu Carver called his shot as being the new heater, pero a heat off with Powerhouse Hobbs, big meaty men slapping meat and all that is good stuff.
A lot of meat.
2/4 of Team Taz going to NXT.
2/4 the one half.
2 out of 4.
Right.
Yeah,
2 out of 4. Yeah. I think Hobbsman is a good fit for WWE. Like, it seems like that was the dream job for him, as a lot of people in our generation then tend to do. I think people are gracious naman. It's not like he was being treated badly. He was still champion before he left, and he just didn't resign. And I guess that could kind of tell you where his head is at. Now, if there was interest from WWE in Hobbs, who are you to not give it a shot, diba? So more power to him. I hope that he finds more success in NXT or the main roster. I do think, I agree with Chino that the NXT brand could use more star power until the process so happens that he gets called up. Let's see. Let's see what happens with him in his next chapter of his career.
Yeah,
I'm all for the Bay Area representation. So definitely game for Powerhouse Hobbs on WWE programming.
Oh, medyo bata pa si Hobbs. He's only in his early 30s.
Yeah.
And I believe he only started training about a decade ago. So, bata-bata pa. What I'm curious about is if totoo nga na he's WWE bound, if he's gonna keep the Powerhouse Hobbs name, the Will
his
Hobbs
real name is
name.
Will Hobbs, diba?
But in Powerhouse, like, will they keep it? I'm pretty curious how that's all gonna shake up. Also, the fact na NXT has a lot of these AEW alums now, basically on the roster, diba? From Ricky to Blake Monroe,
Ethan
Page, Lexis King, and then kung totoo nga si Powerhouse Hobbs. So
Technically
very
Chelsea.
before we move on to our next bit, let's say hi to Captain Mike. Thank you so much for joining us while you're on your evening walk and sending us some stars. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Cap. Love
Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Mike.
Thank
Julian.
you, good sir.
Experiment tayo. Makapagpadala ba ng stars ang AI?
Grabe naman, pinagalan pa natin yung estudyante. Sayang yung allowance.
400 stars is $2, dude.
That's a lot for a student though. So
Yeah, that is a lot for a student.
It is.
mga 200.
All right. Going back to the wrestling talk. Kenny Omega has rejoined the AEW World Championship title scene. So, nagsalita sina Hangman and Swerve after Hangman had a match against... Crap, who did have a match against? Brian Keane.
Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, Bounty Hunter. Then after that, Kenny Omega came out, stated his intentions, and then out came Don Callis nung umalis sina Swerve and Hangman. So very interesting to note na si Josh Alexander yung tinutulak ni Don Callis para kalabanin tong si Kenny Omega. So they basically reignited the Don and Kenny feud.
Yeah,
I think
they're justifying their purchase of Don Josh Alexander, diba?
Yeah.
So I don't mind it. I just need Don to talk for Josh Alexander. But yeah, it's pretty good.
I mean,
Uh,
kaya nga siya nandun eh. But I really like this because Josh Alexander and Kenny Omega have faced off in the past, or particularly on the TNA side of things. So they also had fire matches when those were a thing. Diba? Nung nasa TNA pa si Josh Alexander. So for them to run it back in AEW, it's actually an easy equation to make here. So they definitely game for this one. Glad that Josh Alexander is getting the rub here. Tama nga si Ro, he definitely needs a talking head here, and that's what Don Callis is there for.
Yeah, when I watched the segment, I thought, okay, finally Kenny Omega is moving away from the Don Callis vortex. But he got pulled right back in. But I'm also glad that it's against Josh Alexander. Kasi, yun nga eh, he's one of the names na might easily get lost in the shuffle. But yeah, he seems to be getting this push lately, and he's one of the best wrestlers in the world, and him and Kenny Omega are gonna create magic.
All right, let's take an Emil Nate dance break, and then when we come back, we'll get to the highlights from Monday Night Raw.
Hi, this is D. Brian Kendrick, and you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
All right, back to the wrestling talk here on the podcast. Let's get to Monday Night Raw, where Gunther and AJ Styles faced off for the first time, and AJ Styles made Gunther tap out like a little bitch. Pero the referee didn't see it, and then after that, Gunther took advantage, hit AJ Styles with a low blow, and after a stacked powerbomb, he got to claim victory over the Phenomenal One. And something interesting happened during this match. Sina Michael Cole and Corey Graves, they mentioned that 2026 will be AJ Styles' final year as an in-ring performer. Now, we've read about this on the internet, pero ito yung first time na sinabi siya in WWE canon. So there's a lot to break down here. Where do you guys want to start?
it's interesting that they decided to announce it this way, diba? Like, yeah, we knew it was coming for some time now, pero you would think that it would come straight from AJ's mouth, diba? So, bakit kaya ganun? So, and we also don't know like when is it gonna stop? When in 2026 is it gonna stop? Like, is it gonna stop at Mania? Is it gonna stop at December ulit? Or are we gonna have another Saturday Night's Main event in December 2026? Diba? So really interesting stuff. But yeah, but the way that it was positioned here, I feel like we are in the final stretch, diba? Kasi it was specifically mentioned in the Gunther match. So does that mean that he has also chosen Gunther to put him out the pasture? Who knows?
Man, I'm not ready for that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not ready to see AJ Styles hang up the boots just yet. Such a big fan. Maybe he's gonna have one last one. I feel like that's what this entails. When they said na 2026 is gonna be his final year.
Tapos magagalit ka ulit pag nag-tap siya kay Gunther, ganun.
No, I didn't get mad when Cena.
Hindi ka pa nagalit.
No. I loved how it ended.
Okay.
Speaking of the match, that was one of the most creative finishes I've seen in a while. Kasi when I was watching it, I didn't see Gunther tapping out. That's why
that was the point. I mean,
yeah, yun nga eh. Nagtataka ko why AJ was like already celebrating. Like, I didn't see anything. And then they saw it in the replay. Again, one of the reasons why I want to have a video review in wrestling. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it was a creative way to end it, and I think they're gonna have one more match. I feel like this isn't over this isn't over by a long shot.
Yeah, they definitely are going to do this as a series. I don't think kasi may claim to a rematch pa din si AJ Styles diba? I don't know if Gunther necessarily will give it to him. Although this match really brings to mind certain Rumble implications. Maybe it's something we can talk about once the Rumble is closer. Pero when I was watching this match, it really kind of stitched together how I would essentially kind of bring the story to a close with AJ Styles and Gunther involving the Royal Rumble here. So I don't know if it's a thing that actually happens. Maybe it's wishful thinking on my end, pero I don't think this is the last time we see these two go up against each other.
Yeah, clear naman parang hindi siya definitive di ba? And you could see na with AJ Styles not really going anywhere yet right now, Gunther's gonna dangle that over AJ's head, di ba? Parang gagaguhin niya si AJ Styles while calling himself the career killer and all of that. All right, moving on, we've got Finn Balor showing up and actually stepping up pagkatapos siyang udyokin ni Liv Morgan backstage. So CM Punk cut a promo in front of the Dusseldorf audience. Out comes Finn Balor and said na, lagi ka may home court advantage eh. Ako naman, nasa Belfast tayo next week. So I'm gonna face you for the World Heavyweight Championship. And then sabi ni CM Punk, well, which Finn Balor am I gonna get? So that left Finn with a bit of egg on his face. And babyface producer Jasper, for you guys in the stream and on Spotify, he is the biggest Finn Balor fan we know.
No, hindi ko siya magwala eh.
Yeah, I don't think
Hindi ko
he's
siya magwala sa comments.
he's lost the feeling.
Oh, pero we need somebody to check up on Jasper when this match happens in a few days to see kung nag-explode ba yung brain niya.
Jasper livestream yung sarili mo watching it.
Oh.
I'd say
Quick predictions for this one, guys. Kasi quick lang yung build it. But it's really just this, and then the match is on Monday na.
No, actually, obviously the story isn't what happens in the match. As we know, or the betting odds are that CM Punk is the odds-on favorite to win. It's what happens after, diba? Yes. It's really what happens after with Finn Balor. Does he stop playing video games in the back? Does he stop wearing jogging pants and Jordan 1s and going back to the serious wrestler mode?
Babalik siya as the demon.
He doesn't even want the demon because WWE felt, the WWE ruined it. So are we getting the real rock and roller or the real shooter? Like,
are we getting a shooter? David, you're shooter.
Just bring back the trunks. Just bring back the theme song. Bring back this. That's all I want. Like, he may not win next week, but God, please bring that Finn Balor back. Well, I mean, Jasper might agree as well with me.
I like how they said na home court advantage siya because yes, it's technically Ireland, but it's not really Ireland if you're Irish, So medyo pilit na Irish yun. So
like, wait, Belfast is in Ireland, dude.
It's in Northern Ireland, which is part
Northern
of the UK.
Ireland, which is a part of the United Kingdom.
Okay. So that's why they had the Union Jack.
Yes, because the Republic of Ireland and the UK have a whole thing.
Yeah. Tama. Thank you for reminding me. Okay. That's a good call, Chino.
Jasper, you know that Finn isn't winning, but what if he brings back serious Finn after? What if in the story? Are you gonna be happy with that? Is that something you'll be happy with? DPI.
Monetize tayo, Jasper
I think
maganda tong comment ni Huge sa Facebook. Sabi niya, he thinks na set up yung podcast interview kay Finn ni Cody, diba? Finn Balor was on What Do You Want to Talk About? And diba, all of a sudden, Finn Balor's on the podcast and then biglang boom, the story happens. Could it be a coincidence? It could be. I wouldn't know.
And the podcast gave Finn his flowers, diba?
Parang Cody asked Timothy Chalamet on the podcast and boom, he wins an award.
Yeah! Cody's podcast is the ultimate rocket strap. Dude, we should get on that podcast para mag-Golden Globes na rin tayo.
If only.
If only were that easy. But yeah, I'm personally excited to call this Finn versus Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. It's one of those first-time ever matchups. And I am excited to see where this takes Finn in particular. So this is probably the most invested I've been in Finn in quite some time. So yeah. All Right. Other highlights from Raw. Adam Pearce has basically established himself firmly as a Braun Breaker op. He suspended Braun, even put his hands on Braun, and napamura si Adam Pearce on camera. He was like, I'm fucking tired of this shit. Para may puputok na ugat doon sa ulo ni Adam Pearce.
On Netflix, you get one. Actually, you get more than one.
You actually heard it on Netflix.
I too heard it, yes.
But you know what? I'm happy na the punk feud is over. Say, that's what we were saying after.
So wait, are you confirming? Are you confirming that?
I feel like
that Braun is feuding with Adam Pearce.
Yeah, at this point,
back to the ring?
Yeah.
Adam Pearce going back to the ring. That's a wild prediction.
I don't know about that, but that's what I want after what happened.
That's what I want as well.
Yeah,
it's a wild twist of this story, but okay.
Scrap Daddy.
Watching Raw, I have been waiting for something like this to happen. Because naturally, if you're a boss and you see your employees disrespecting you on a weekly basis, aabot ka din sa point na
wait.
Tama na.
Remember that the distinction is that the boss on both Raw and SmackDown are former wrestlers. They're not just some rando authority figures.
Ayun pa, isa pa. So, napuno na rin si Pierce. But the interesting wrinkle in that story was yung nangyari afterwards, diba? When Paul Heyman did say na Adam Pearce, you touched him first. Which this is the most interesting I've been with the Vision ever since SummerSlam. So I'm looking forward to see where this goes.
I wonder if he'll love somebody today after that.
Alam mo yung love somebody today gimmick ni Adam Pearce on social media. It seems like something they would say on Easy Rock. Love somebody today.
A lot of the times when I scroll on my timeline or whatever, makikita ko yun without seeing his name first, and I think, tayo na sinong nanay itong fina-follow ko? Si Adam Pearce lang pala.
Teka, balik tayo sa sinabi ni Emil. Ro, I want to get your take on Paul Heyman telling Adam Pearce na, hey, you put your hands on him first.
I mean, technically, yes. He put the hands on him first. But syempre, Braun has been physically destructive with his coworkers since forever. And mas lalo na now, he's crashing out because he didn't win and he didn't beat CM Punk. So, if Adam Pearce put his hands on Braun Breaker, it was only because he had to be physically stopped and restrained from doing any more damage, diba? So, you might believe Paul Heyman if you're like a bootlicker who sides with ice, but obviously the heel will do what a heel does and gaslight you into thinking that you might be the bad guy when you are not.
It's an interesting wrinkle though. I never expected Adam Pearce to be the guy to step up to Braun Breaker. I mean, it makes sense, yes, in story. Pero diba isipin mo, he's essentially a non-combatant. So if the ending of the story is that he gets back in the ring one last time against Braun Breaker, that would be a wild twist to the story that I did not see happening.
He's not a non-combatant. He's a former combatant, diba? So,
he had a match against Roman Reigns.
Okay. That was a thing.
That was a half a year ago.
So yeah, I mean, I guess, but like a full match. I mean, I don't know. Medyo wild.
He has time to train. If we're doing it at WrestleMania, he suspended Braun Breaker.
Oh, he can work with our new friend Brian Kendrick.
Pwede siyang pumunta sa dungeon.
So dungeon again. Hey, shout out to our favorite AI Julian. Remember someone today? That's the line ng Easy Rock. That's why I keep thinking of them when I see Adam Pearce's posts. Galit talaga nitong personal grok natin.
Yeah, I listen to Easy Rock every night while working.
Gemini.
Huwag kang gumawa ng mga wrong pictures.
Okay, last couple of highlights from Raw. Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez, they've got next in the Women's Tag Team Championship picture. And we've been talking about this for weeks, how stacked the Women's Tag Team division is. So now, sina Liv and Roxy, I'm not sure when their title match will be, but silang first challengers, sina Rhea and Io.
Wasn't it announced for Saturday night's main event?
Tama. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good match for sure, but I don't see them losing the titles. I actually see them progressing this Judgment Day dissension. I know we've been saying that for years, but I feel like this is for real this time. Kasi yun nga, inano na ni Liv si Finn, so
Hindi sabi mo noong 2024, Emil.
yeah, I know. I've been saying this for a while, but I feel like this really might be it. You know?
I mean, they really took a turn with this story because I thought with Liv Morgan back, they would just go back to the initial plan, which was for Liv to break up the Judgment Day. Pero now, or break away from the Judgment Day. But now it feels like they are just doubling down on Liv being a solid leader of the Judgment Day. I don't know where that leaves Raquel though. So I mean, if they win, they win. That's right. But I don't think they are because Rio just got the title. So, but it'll still be a good match.
I actually think they're picking up the whole, diba? Like from the down period on Judgment Day when Liv was gone and all that. They are kind of doing the trust the whole process thing. So Finn is, headed back up for the time being. Raquel is getting the push and being a monster against Stephanie Vaquer. Liv and Roxanne got the women's tag team championship match. Dom, while injured, is still the Intercontinental Champion. So I do think it might just be a Judgment Day 2026. I think the wheel is coming back around, the wheel is coming back around to the top for the Judgment Day. I feel like 2025 was a rebuilding year for them.
Gulong ng palad, no? So yeah, speaking of Raquel, you mentioned her already, Ro. She's in monster mode right now. Basically, walloped Stephanie Vaquer's injured foot with the Women's World Championship. That was my favorite part of the entire segment.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what they're planning to do with this. It's clear that Stephanie's injured. So do they feel that it's gonna heal quickly? What's happening here? Are they holding both the men's intercontinental and the women's world championship hostage here while we wait for people to recover? What's happening?
Yeah, because she keeps appearing on Raw. So if she's kind of legit injured, then she might not be she might not be appearing on Raw.
Why not just strip her of the championship?
Yeah,
They might.
That's
they
why
might,
Go ahead,
they might do a match tapos squash lang siya. That might be the route they take with this, diba? Kasi sobrang dominant ni Raquel Rodriguez and all that. Which I don't mind for her because she needs her teeth back, So good for her.
Yeah, they might be doing some sort of a Rocky storyline here. She's gonna squash and then Stephanie's gonna recover and come back and challenge for the title again. Siguro at Mania. That could be a good Mania match.
All right. Let's take another Emil Nate dance break, and then when we come back, we'll get through NXT and TNA. We'll be predicting yung AMC debut ng TNA Impact.
Hey, this is the Cosmic Cactus, Paul London, and you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast. Yeah.
One of these days, we will get Emil Nate actually dancing to Kit Wilson.
Pangako pa siya eh. What's happening to me? What the hell?
Again, I can't stop that. That's what I was.
No, stop it. Stop thinking about Rowan's dancing and dance your own way. My God, why are you comparing yourself to Rowan?
Kit Wilson is actually on TikTok looking for dance steps to that very song. So kung send natin sa kanya yan, may chance na gawin niya yung dance steps ni
Uy, baka yan ikayaman mo, Emil Nate.
Oh.
All right, let's go to NXT and talk about the new faces that we're going to be seeing every week from here on end. So Keanu Carver, who looks like the dude ate Swerve Strickland, is now a part of NXT. Jackson Drake, the Evolve Men's Champion, along with Swipe Right, the Vanity Project as a whole, they're now part of NXT. I think I saw Super Sean Legacy in there. Dun sa opening segment with the vacated championship. I'm not sure who else they've called up, but if you've been following Evolve, a lot of those regulars, you'll probably be seeing them on NXT really, really soon.
It's interesting though because it makes me wonder what happens to the titles. Do they drop them? Do they bring them up to NXT?
No, Kendall Gray's been bringing her title for months.
Parang gets mo. So I guess yes, it's technically within the company, but
Yeah.
the representation should still appear on Evolve. So, are the titles still appearing on Evolve
Yeah.
enough for them to be considered? Okay, di wala. Kasi inisip ko bang kinall up nila yung champions, pero champions pa din sila. Whereas with Obafemi, you got called up, you left the title there. So, again, I know it's still a 1A, 1B of NXT here. So, it's somebody understands what I'm trying to get at.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna do a lot of hard. They're gonna have to do a lot of hard work to really push the Evolve guys. Because as far as I know, people here don't watch Evolve really. Kendall Gray, broke through, but so far none of the other homegrown Evolve talents have made it to that level yet. In regards to their recognition, so there's gonna be a lot of who yous, especially because people don't catch the show even if it's on YouTube. Keanu Carver is entertaining as hell.
Yeah.
Just don't go to his Twitter account. But yeah, he's gonna be fun. If you can get past the whole Timu Obafemi stuff, it's gonna be a lot of fun. The entire point of NXT is to really sharpen these guys, to hone these guys.
Yeah.
From the PC, from the indies. So developmental is doing what developmental does.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't Carver in the same breakout tournament as Obafemi?
Yes.
Diba?
Yes, he
Yeah,
was.
I remember him as the other black dude in that tournament. But yeah. I mean, because madaming nawala, so madaming pinalit, diba? So I'm looking forward
Maraming aangat. Maraming umangat, maraming aangat ulit, di ba?
So I'm looking forward to see how they do in NXT. Pero yun nga that's gonna be the challenge kasi I feel like Kendall Gray right now is the exception more than the norm. Like a lot of these Evolve guys, yeah, they've been appearing, pero hindi pa sila household names sa NXT. So that's gonna be the path where they need to go. I think Shaw Legacy is kind of ganun na rin. He's already kind of recognized on the NXT roster. So yeah, good luck to all of them. Looking forward to see their work in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had to explain who Keanu Carver was, so medyo surprised.
Yeah.
That says a lot to how much recognition people from Evolve actually get here. So a lot of work on either end. Kahit kay Swipe Right, kahit yung Vanity Project, even if we've been seeing them a bunch of times, I'm pretty sure people don't remember those times, diba? If you're just a casual watcher. So again, yeah, kasama na yan sa trabaho, and it's exciting times for NXT, the shake-up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Part of that shakeup is yung 6-way ladder match that Ava announced for the vacant NXT Championship. So one of the spots has already gone to Ricky Saints kasi he's been complaining na wala pa akong rematch, give me the title. And then nagka-understanding sila ni Ava in the back. And then at the end of the show, Ricky Saints revealed na yun na nga, Ava granted him one of the spots. Now, the other 5 will be settled through qualifying matches, and next week we've got 2 of them. Super Sean Legacy against Eli Knight and Josh Briggs versus Shiloh Hill.
Yeah.
What did Ricky Saints do?
He was a former
automatic.
He was the most recent former champion. You booked this stuff.
He just said it.
He lost the title though.
Yeah, but he never got the rematch. What the fuck?
I got even Chino.
I was just wondering.
Dude,
I know
you are. If Chino is cooking you, you are super cooked.
No, because when I was watching, I was like, why did he get consideration for? Pero okay, sige, okay na.
First of all, he's from AEW.
Sige. Alright.
Feeling ko yung isang ipapasok nila sa 6-way ladder match, si Bob. So
yeah, actually.
Interesting point. Sorry. It's an interesting point because if you remember and we're paying attention to NXT, mapapansin mo that Ava took a call and Ava said, you're here. O, tapos umalis na lang siya. And there was no payoff for that, right? They don't do something like that and not have a payoff. So, baka pwede, di ba? Si Powerhouse Hobbs' contract is expiring the end of the month. So, pwedeng mangyari yan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, interesting times over on NXT now that Vacant is holding the NXT Championship. All right, sige, Ro, let's talk about Tony D and where he fits into all of this.
What is up with that, man? It's interesting because now he's like doing the whole doing the whole I hate everyone thing.
Yeah, ang labo eh. Kasi, di ba, when he came back, si Oba yung yung parang kinonfront niya. And then this time, he attacked Joy. So, what the fuck is Tony doing?
Well, Emil, that's where we wait for the next few weeks of TV to explain that. You know, I was just saying that it's funny because he's dressed so nicely doing all of that stuff in full winter layers in Florida.
Yeah, he's doing suplexes in long sleeves and
in full coats, right? So interesting. I just siguro I'm gonna ask everyone here, if it's compelling at all that Tony D didn't show up after he initially showed up a few months back, then he showed up again. So do we care still about Tony D?
They did say a particular word during his appearance. So Vic Joseph called him a vigilante. So that's a very interesting way to put it. Kasi he's very mysterious in how he lurks in the background. If you watch the episode, makikita mo siya in the background, and he just went after everybody. So I don't think it's as much of him hating everybody, but it's him having an ulterior motive. Now, what that ulterior motive is, yan yung wait and see natin ngayon while watching NXT.
He's Italian Sting. Is what he is.
Probably, let him come down from the rafters. So,
Has he got a promo yet?
No, wala pa.
Back?
Wala pa.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Ayun nga, wait and see, Emil.
Yeah.
You're writing this stuff. Ano ba? Let's say hi to a new name in the comments. We got David Lee, not to be mistaken with the member of the 2015 Warriors.
Yeah.
Hi, David. Thank you for joining us. Ito, in relation to Glendale's comment about the North American Championship, Elio Lefleur, the former Eagle Blanc, or the White Eagle, he's going to be facing Ethan Page in his debut match on NXT for the North American Championship. So do you think na he'll pull a Christian and win a championship in his debut match on TV?
They've been hyping up real big here, in the past few weeks. So I'm not going to be surprised if they did.
Yeah, I feel like the reactions to Elio Lefleur are online are medyo negative because syempre white luchador. But it's mostly because they haven't seen him wrestle. There's a match.
Or they probably didn't watch the vignette where he explains why he's a luchador.
No. It's also because he didn't. They don't know what he is all about. Like Julia, right? They don't know what he's all about. So stop now. Go to YouTube and look up his match with Mustafa Ali last year. So yeah, I do think he will win because they are making a lot of bones about his debut, and nothing stops anyone in his tracks than a loss, despite being hyped up so much. Although you can probably get away with it by having him do a really, really great match. Then Ethan Page is just going to cheat his way out of the match, out of a win. That's also possible. But why not? Why not do something different? It's going to be weird, but I feel like Elio Lefleur can pull it off.
I mean, on one hand, yes, you guys have points here, but on another, I don't think, like you just mentioned, hindi siya kilala masyado. So,
sure,
it's the name recognition isn't there yet. If they do it, I'll be surprised. But I also would not be surprised if Ethan just retains altogether.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Si Emil, walang comment. Okay. All right. One little detail that someone also pointed out in the comments is that Ethan Page was angling for a slot in the ladder match, and then sabi ni Ava, but you have your North American Championship. I can just strip you of that and put you in the match, and then sabi ni Ethan Page, hindi, ayaw, which is how this match got booked to begin with.
Yun. That's the way to do it.
Syempre, alam mo, di ba? All right. Let's talk about Miss Parker, guys, because Jada Parker, we haven't seen her on TV in quite some time. And then Blake Monroe cut a promo, was, feeling herself, in her feelings. And then out comes Jada Parker to a very huge ovation from the crowd. And then Jada Parker, for the first time, basically acknowledged it and acted like a full-on babyface. And then started a program with Blake Monroe.
I love it.
Angas eh. No?
I love it. I love, I'm a big Jada Parker fan, big Miss Parker fan here. And yeah, I'm just glad to see her back. She's been gone for a while. Last time she was in NXT, medyo heelish siya eh. So now she's a babyface. And this is the first time, tama ka nga Stan, kasi dati medyo tuwino eh. But this is really the first time where she was so energetic. She was acknowledging the applause of the crowd.
May pa-flying kiss pa.
Yeah, and she's feuding with Blake Monroe. So, that's good TV for me.
I mean, it's good because that she's a face now because nakita mo naman people really want to cheer for her even when she was a heel, diba? People were still saying Miss Parker kahit medyo heel siya. So now that she's purely squarely on the side of good here, but it's a thing that people want to do and they'll do it even louder and they'll put her over even more.
All right. Let's get to TNA predictions here. Pag-usapan natin to because Genesis is happening this weekend. And like we said at the top of the show, you can actually watch it for free on Blast TV. That's on Sunday, 8 a.m. Manila time. So hindi siya Saudi time. We've also got the premiere on AMC, which will be on Friday morning dito sa Manila. It will also air on Blast TV. And there are several matches and segments already announced. Among them, the return of AJ Styles. So he'll be a big part of the TNA premiere on AMC. And then in the main event, you've got the TNA World Championship match between Mike Santana and Frankie Kazarian. And then sinabi rin ni Nick Nemeth that he'll be cashing in his Call Your Shot.
Yeah, so this is medyo a mess because they are using the premiere just before the big pay-per-view to set up the pay-per-view. Set up the main event of the pay-per-view. So there is literally no main event of the pay-per-view yet because this has to happen first. So that's the situation that TNA is in. It's kind of messy, but if you follow it week to week, medyo magigets mo. So the real question here is Nick Nemeth walking out of the premiere as champion? So I feel like yes, which is why I don't think Mike Santana is winning the championship.
No. I think Mike Santana is winning the
Again?
match.
You're going to do that again?
No. Mike Santana is winning the match, and then Nemeth cashes in successfully.
Beat him again?
Yeah,
So it's the
beat
second
him, so
time?
Yeah. It's their AMC
So it's
premiere.
literally the third time he gets punked out by
Yeah.
someone else.
I don't think they want to do that to Santana.
Yeah, dude.
So, I think because
Kaya ayaw ni Ro magpabook sa'yo eh.
Jesus Christ.
you
This is a big name. It's your
yeah,
AMC
feeling ko ang
premiere.
mangyayari dito is Nick says he's gonna cash in
But he's not.
on that show, pero yung cash in niya sa
Genesis.
Genesis mangyayari.
Okay.
Oh.
So
Okay.
he can still technically do that. Right?
Kasi the Wikipedia says, either of the three versus TBA on the Genesis main event.
Okay nga. Oh, so it's essentially TBA versus TBA at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
So he
So
can
siguro
still
it's, one of the three versus the other
whoever,
two
pwede din
diba,
naman yun.
in the Genesis main event.
I mean, now that you mentioned it, parang feeling ko doon naman din papunta to eh.
Sure. Pero yun nga, sino ang champion heading into the show?
Going in, yeah. It's probably
It is.
Kazarian still. I'm gonna say Kazarian still. I don't think they give it to Nemeth. I think they do that to build Genesis a little bit more. Although TNA doesn't really do a good job of building the pay-per-views, but we'll see.
All right. One last bit here from the TNA side of things is that one of the matches previously announced for the AMC premiere is Leon Slater versus Myron Reed for the X Division Championship. So alam natin na si Myron Reed is now in AEW along with the rest of the Rascals. But other than that, walang masyadong explanation about why this was pulled off the card officially.
Yeah, so the match was pulled before the AEW rumors and announcements. So they found out that it was because WWE wanted Leon Slater, who is from the UK, to work the UK leg of the European tour. So ang lumalabas na big story now is WWE is willing to screw over TNA on such a big show just for a house show in the UK. So I get it, and it's you get the prestige of wrestling under the WWE banner in your home country, but at the same time, it's shit luck. Diba? Like, um, there, I don't think Leon Slater was such a big need for the WWE UK house show. Diba? Like do the match and have Myron Reed lose. You advertised it. You were working up to it for at least 1 week. I say it really all just happened a couple of weeks ago. Diba? It was announced a couple of weeks ago, and then they did the match. I don't know. They did the match and the announcement last week. So talagang it was a 1 week worth of build for this particular match. But still, it's an advertised match ahead of time, and they pulled it for no good reason. So everyone looks bad here, and none more so than WWE.
Yeah, talk about the partnership, huh? I think for me this just means that Leon Slater is headed to WWE at this
Oh,
point.
naman.
Yeah, it's more of a given this time around because they're pulling him from TNA bookings, and especially here in the premiere episode of Impact on another network, they decide to pull this. So, medyo nakaka-dismaya because I want to see this match, but it's not gonna happen. The only way that that they're gonna make me happy is if AJ Styles competed
Oo nga.
in the episode. Yeah.
I don't think he competes. I think he announces when he's gonna compete. Kasi kung last year na nga yung 2026, so it only makes sense that he goes back in a TNA ring, diba? And honestly, and as much as I want to see Kevin Durant retire with the Supersonics, I want to see AJ Styles retire in a TNA ring. So it just makes sense,
Kakausapin natin si Tito AJ Emil para masaya ka. Sabi mo yun ikatutuwa mo, di ba?
Because he pulled his back.
Alang-alang sa'yo.
I was expecting a good one here, but we're not gonna get it.
Sorry daw, Emil.
Kakaya naman sa'yo, Emil.
Pasensya na. David over here wants to comment on the happenings in Stardom with Maki Ito. So we're not really able to follow Stardom at the moment. Alam lang namin na yung si Maki Ito has made her debut on Stardom. So thanks for chiming in nonetheless. I actually
Also,
thought na naligaw ka lang sa comments. So it's nice to know you're an actual wrestling fan.
We talked about it a little bit nung Monday stream,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. So
Towards the end of the Tuesday episode on
so
Spotify.
So listen to it then, and then we'll get a little bit of our thoughts.
Yeah, please. All right, that brings us to the end of the live stream. Despite the fact that ang dami natin pinag-usapan, we managed to keep it to an hour. So good job, us. Go catch the interview we did with the Brian Kendrick. It will be up on our feeds by Monday. So please follow us on Spotify and on YouTube. For our patrons, they got to watch it live kanina. They're also going to get yung access to the raw recording, which is already up on our paid Patreon tier. So if you want to go catch it, subscribing to Patreon is a great way to do it. Let's get to some plugs over here. Chino, what's going on with you?
So brand new episode of the Class Clown podcast with me. I do something different for the next 20 episodes because 10 topics. I am going to focus on something specific to the world of comedy. And it's going to be 2 episodes a week now. First will be a solo pod, just me and my thoughts on that topic. And the second will be an interview episode with 2 experts on said topic. I decided to kick things off with content creation. You'll get the episode starting next Thursday. Not this Thursday, but next Thursday with myself. And then the Saturday release will feature John Paulo Aguilera, who is a Comedy Manila comedian, as well as Charut, who is a content creator you may have seen on your pages. Both of them are from Pencil Box Comedy. So if there's anybody to ask about content creation, sila yun. Also, we have a history-making show happening February 13th. That is a Friday before Valentine's Day and significantly before Chinese New Year. It is the first ever Chinoy triple headliner featuring myself, Stanley Chi, and Ansis C. It's called Ligaw and Chick. Tickets are available www.comedymanila.ph. Also, lastly, if I can figure it out, I might be streaming for Horizon.
Forbidden West, Horizon
Zero
Forbidden West.
Dawn. Zero Dawn. No,
Zero
not,
Dawn, okay.
Yeah, because I'm playing that first one. And that's the one that I got. Okay, so Zero Dawn right after this, if we can figure it out. But everything else, follow me online at Chino Supersized.
All right, ikaw, Ro.
Right, I got a new podcast.
Congrats,
surprise,
yes.
Surprise, yes. For fellow Magic the Gathering players, fellow Commander players, we started a couple of new friends of mine started a new podcast. It's called the Bolus Club PH Podcast, BOLAS. It's on YouTube, it's on Spotify. Just when you thought I didn't have time, I still don't have time. I barely have time for a third podcast, but here we are. But you know, content creation about Magic the Gathering has always been one of my dreams ever since getting back into the hobby. So let's hope that we also achieve great things with this one. But also, tickets for Fast Break are also still selling. Di pa naman sold out ng Platinum and SVIP. Go check that out. dexcon.helixpay.ph. You're gonna go see the Brian Kendrick. You're gonna go see Lady Lee. And you're also gonna see some balikbayans as well. So stay tuned to DexCon for more updates on all of that. And bilhin na kayong ticket. It's 30 days from today.
That's right.
Next from Sunday.
Oh. All right. As for me naman, a new episode of NBTC Court Report will be up tomorrow on the NBTC Philippines Facebook page. This week's episode features my interview with Ato Barba, formerly of the Lyceum Pirates. He was part of the Mythical Five nitong latest NCAA season, and Coach Francis Natividad of the Batangas NBTC Regional Qualifying Tournaments. So we'll get to know about the South Luzon scene naman on this week's episode. For the show, it's at Wrestling Podcast. For me, for everything else, it's at Wrestling 2X Pod. For us individually, you can hit us up at EML_Meister, at Roes War, at Chino Supersized, and at _StanC. Let's end the show now, na kaya kay Emil Nate, inaantok na siya eh. And let's also thank Babyface producer Jasper. Thank you to our patrons for all the support, and thank you for catching another episode of the longest running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast. For Romoran, Chino Liao, and Emil Nate, I'm Stan C, reminding everyone to stay safe, stay healthy, and don't be a dick. Good night, Emil. Wrestling Podcast out.
Peace.